Now I'm going to be honest with you folks, I have been really looking forward to this episode, for we're about to cover what is, in my opinion, one of the best things to ever grace the railways. Well, hello and welcome to this episode, guys, and you may be wondering, what am I actually standing next to? Well, this is a Wickham Trolley built by D. Wickham & Company in 1975, and the railway acquired it in 1988. Let's go back a little bit first before talking about this beastie. We've seen in the past the permanent way, guys, and you've seen how much tooling there's required as well. And that's the same for the other people who used to use it, signal and telecoms. If they had a trolley on the side of the rails, what they could do, with the signalman's permission, is lift it onto the track, put their tools on it, and go down with it to wherever they need to work, whether that be tooling or ballast. Unload everything they need to, take it off, tell the signalman. Well, this essentially is a more heavy-duty motorised one. You won't be able to lift this off the track. Understandably, it's quite big. But other types, like the Type 27, you could do just this. This is a Type 18 Mark 6 heavy-duty gang trolley, and was mainly used for transporting personnel and tooling, and also track inspections. Technically speaking, there's an agricultural Ford engine underneath there. It gets plonked on the rails onto two axles, one of them is powered, and you essentially drive it like a car, albeit without the steering wheel. So, I can't wait any longer. Let's go and take it out for a spin. Superb. So, the Watercress line actually has two Wickham trolleys. We've got this one, and the other one's currently in use today by the permanent way gang who are down the other end of the line. Essentially, as I mentioned before, the driver drives it like a car. You've got a clutch, gearbox, although this one you don't actually use the reverse gear. We actually have a separate reverser that goes down to the drive system. Now you may notice that this one looks a bit, well, newer than the yellow one, and that's because, well, in a sense it is. Not only is it younger, this one has just completed a major restoration of the whole, well, trolley. So, to talk a little bit about that, some of the work involved, let's chat to some of the Wickham guys. So, Karina, thank you so much for talking to us. So, apart from your regular duties on permanent way, you guys, there's like an offshoot of people that work on the Wickham Trolley. So how many of them are you?
There was roughly about 10 of us that assisted in restoring this. Originally it was meant to be just a little bit of TLC, but once we started taking the sheeting off and everything, we realised it was going to be a bit of a major job. I mean, there was a lot of rust set in, and the whole framework was just too far gone.
Is it kind of one of the cases of kind of every job is 20 minutes until one bolt breaks when it's 3 months?
Exactly, yes.
So how much needed to be kind of replaced and refurbed?
Well, the whole framework had to be renewed. The only thing we managed to save the original bits was the hoops on the roof. There would have been a lot of hassle to try and replicate them, so we managed to save them and redo them. The flooring is completely new, because that was just completely rotted. The running boards, This seat we managed to save some of the slats, so that's original slats. This seat I've had to make new slats, this is new slats. The two front seats, they're now padded. They were just originally like plastic seats out of the school.
So, comfy, I can imagine.
Yes, so now they have nice memory foam seats, padded seats. The engine luckily was in pretty good condition, so just a major service and a bit of TLC on it. The radiator had to be rebored though because that was leaking, so that was quite a big expense. And the curtains, they were made for us by Dobie Wyatt, and the funds for them was the London South Western Group. They paid for them to be made, which was a big help.
Fantastic, because it's quite a nice day we've chosen to do this one.
Yes.
But then again, we were planning to do this last week, and at the time we were filming this, was it Storm Franklin's just gone through?
That's right, yes.
Not ideal for drone stuff, but I imagine horizontal rain with this is not too challenging to achieve.
No, it's quite snug when the curtains are down. It can be very drafty otherwise, but yes.
I can imagine. So obviously our limit here is 25 miles an hour, but these, what were they going to built to do?
Well, they could reach around about 40, maybe a little bit more if they were pushed, but not ideal because you feel every single bump and that. But yes.
That must be terrifying.
Yes, I'd imagine so. Obviously, we're only allowed to go 25 on this line, so we've only reached that to test it out. And yeah, it must have been.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, here you do feel every single joint.
Yes.
So at 40, that's a bit more like a trampoline going on.
Yes. Jonathan Flood from the Wickham of Ware, the Rail Trolley Trust, he's been a great source of information for us. He's been a real big help, and he's got a very good Facebook page where you can see what's going on and all the Wickhams over the world and that. It's either the Rail Trolley Trust or the Wickham of Ware group. We also have a Watercress Wickhams page, which you'll see a lot of the restoration I've put on there over the years it's taken. Originally it was only meant to be a few months restoration, but it took just over 3 years in the end. With COVID kicking in, we lost a year's worth of work as well. So yeah, it's been quite a long restoration.
And of course, you have put yourself forward for the HRA award.
Yes, we have. Fingers crossed. But, yes.
And I suppose on the day this comes out, this will be, I believe, it'll be the day before the actual award ceremony. So I suppose all we can do is wish you good luck, and hopefully you bring like a lovely brass plaque.
Thank you. Fingers crossed.
Now, crucially, where are you going to mount it? Or was that a bit tempting fate?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Well, good. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
One last little surprise for you guys watching at home. While these were mainly personnel carriers, some could take trailers with them as well. This one was quite a big machine, so it could tow a trailer that was 19 feet long and weigh up to 4 tons. And it's because of this was actually air braked, quite unusual for the time. But equally, if something became divided, a 4-ton trolley hurtling down the track, well, that's the last thing you really need in life. But this really is a fantastic bit of kit, and you may be wondering how you as a viewer could end up with an opportunity to ride this. Well, the easiest way is to volunteer with our fantastic permanent way department. Or there might be another way as well. Now, I'm not going to give too much away, but all I will say is keep an eye on watercressline.co.uk for further announcements. But that's it from us this week. So thank you to the Wickham guys here and Karina for chatting to us. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Righto, John, give it the beans.